guys, it is Thursday, June 24th, and today I am 30 weeks. However, I never made my 29-week video, and I took really good notes. Look at all my notes for week 29, and I haven't done it for week 30. I was good there for a couple weeks. I was on time with them, but anyway. I'm going to try to film the week 30 video this weekend. I'm going to try. It's Thursday. It'll be up in a couple days. But anyways, I am 30 weeks today, which is very, very exciting. But let's go back a week and talk about week 29. Okay, so at week 29, all of a sudden, space has become a premium in my uterus, I'm talking about. And I can tell because the movements have changed. I'm going to talk about it later, but I can just tell that she's starting to get cramped. And apparently her eyelashes and her eyebrows are completely done, and now the hair growth is mainly focused on her head. However, I don't have really any heartburn, so like I've said before, I won't be bummed if she comes out completely bald. On my form spring, I had someone ask, do I think she's going to have like dark hair or blonde hair, or what is she going to look like? When I came out, I had olive skin and black hair, jet black hair, to the point where I was photographed with the like nursery nurse at the hospital holding me, and she, I think, was, I forget what the story is, if she was Hispanic or if she was Chinese or whatever, but anyways, I guess that was sent to my grandparents, and my grandparents were confused as to why my parents didn't send a picture of me, and they sent a picture of this woman holding her baby. Does that make sense? Anyways, I didn't look like I was supposed to. But Chris came out, blonde hair, green eyes, cute little baby. And I eventually turned blonde, so I don't know what she's going to look like. I don't care. As long as she's healthy and cute. That'll be fine. I'm expecting, at least in early childhood, for her to be a blue blonde, because everyone was blonde in my family. So my dad, my mother, me, Chris, and I guess his parents are a little darker hair. But anyways, whatever. She'll probably be blonde when she's little. Yeah. So last week, very exciting because we made a big purchase. I'm going to show you, except for I'm very zoomed in. I don't know how this is going to work, but this is what we bought. Oh, and it's mirror image too. This looks retarded. Anyways, for my breast pump. So I decided to get the Medela Freestyle. What I did was I bought it at Babies R Us. I used a 20% off coupon and some other credits, I guess you could say, that we had, and so it wasn't very expensive. It was, I mean, it's a big investment, but it was cheaper than I could have gotten it anywhere else. New. I have decided not to open the box at all, just in case something goes wrong and I can't breastfeed. I guess I can take it back. But I kind of just like totally want to rip into it, but it's got like a security seal, and once you open it, there's no bringing it back, so I'll hold off on that. Also, I had the growth scan on Monday. If you remember, we had the growth scan because when I went to my midwife appointment, that awful, awful midwife appointment, where I had to pee in a jug for 24 hours, you guys remember this a couple weeks ago? When she measured my fundal height, I was measuring 30 weeks at 27 weeks, so she was kind of concerned, so she sent us in for a growth scan. So we went to this growth scan. It was the most boring ultrasound I've ever had. The woman, I think French, her first language was French, and she wasn't really comfortable with the machine, and so she was fumbling around the whole time, and she didn't really talk to us at all. Chris almost fell asleep. Hannah was in the absolute worst position. I feel like I've talked about this in a video, but it's in my notes, so I don't think I have. She was breech, so she was head up, and she was facing my spine with her head tucked really down. There was no seeing her. There was no cute pictures. The only thing that she was showing us that like was cute was her spine. She has a great looking spine apparently. And she measured the 55th percentile overall. So 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Like I said, we didn't get any pictures. Everything measured pretty much right on for where she was, except for her femurs were just a little bit longer. And this was a really good moment. So after the growth scan, after that woman left and the doctor came in, first thing he did, well, it was a long time. It was like 15, 20 minutes. Chris and I were in there waiting. We were like, what is going on? And the doctor comes in. He was like, now just explain, what has gone wrong in your pregnancy? And the way that he asked, and he was like kind of probing for like, what's going on with you? I was like freaked out. I thought he was trying to figure out what was causing something weird that he saw in the results from the scan. And I was just kind of like, what in the hell? He goes, well, let me rephrase that. He's like, usually we don't see someone with a normal pregnancy come in here so often. And I was like, oh my God, way to bury the lead. Next time, like, start with the word normal pregnancy, please. I guess the fact he saw that I had like a 6-week ultrasound and a 13 and a 20, well, 19 and a half and 22 and a half because she wouldn't show her heart or her hands. So yeah, this was 6, 13, 22. This is my 5th ultrasound. So he was just kind of like, why are you here? And I explained that I was measuring ahead as far as my fundal height and that they hadn't yet tested me at that point when they put the order in for gestational diabetes and preeclampsia might have been an issue. So they just wanted to see how the baby was growing. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, and I noticed that the femur length is a little long. He's like, but what, you're 6 foot and you're 6'2"? Like, that completely explains it. So, all right, so good. So basically, my growth scan was fine, but the doctor scared the crap out of me for the first, like, 2 minutes. Yes. Oh, so my childbirth class was canceled. If you're on my Facebook, you, like, already know all this, but, so they canceled the entire class, the whole session, all 7 sessions. So instead, we are doing it, July 7th, or July 10th and 11th. It's going to be a weekend intensive, which is not what I had in mind, but whatever. So July 10th and 11th is just going to be the childbirth class, and then we'll take the breastfeeding class. I think it's like the July 20th. It's like Tuesday night. And then a week later will be the newborn care class. And because of the inconvenience, they're throwing in a infant CPR training, which, fine. All right, great. And I forget when that, I think that's like first week of August. Okay, so next on my list is that the movement type changed this week. And I talked about this a little bit, but what I mean is, week 24 to 28, I was feeling like punches and kicks and whooshes and just like very, very active all the time. And she had a schedule. Like, I knew when to expect movement and when she was like probably sleeping. And anyway, all of a sudden, when I turned 28 weeks, so from 28 weeks to 29 weeks, all of a sudden the movements were completely different. Like, it wasn't like a quick kick. It was all of a sudden, I would feel her moving in one certain area, and I could put my hand like flat on my stomach right there and just push down just a little bit. This was the neatest thing. It happened while I was sitting at work. She pushed back, and it wasn't like a spazzy type kick like they had been before, but it was like an intentional push back. And I swear you could have like felt the edges of whatever it was, her elbow, foot, hand. You can like feel the edges because she was just pushing so firmly back at you. And that's happened a couple times since. So it's just like so neat because she's like starting to stretch and like contort my stomach. And I can look down and I can see like when she's laying kind of on like making one side of my stomach stick out further. And at night, when I lay down, all of a sudden sometimes I'll be like, ah! My husband will be like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing in there. But all of a sudden, it's like she kicks me so far to the side that it hurts because it's so unexpected. So it's just the weirdest feelings. Also this week I was really tired. Really tired. I can kind of feel the first trimester symptoms coming back, like they say happens in the third trimester. Just getting kind of tired. I try to get plenty of sleep, and I'm pretty much fuddy-duddy. I go to sleep by like 8:39, and then I wake up at 5, but I'm still tired. I'm going to insert a belly shot picture because I don't have enough time to stand and give you a show. The belly bump is definitely coming along nicely, I think. That was pregnancy week 29, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.